So, here are 10 really weird foods that I have written down because I'm trying to just, I'm really trying to get out there. And my curiosity just keeps getting stronger. It just is. So, I got 10 of them on here. The 10 top weirdest foods to try when going global. Now, I didn't write down where these places are from. I did that for a reason, just to make it a surprise for you guys. So I did it for a reason. But this is just to get the ball rolling, when I start accumulating more and actually have, oh yeah. So let's get started. So locusts, century egg, jellied moose nose, gazoo marzu, fried tarantulas, stargazy pie, tuna eyeballs, and balut. So, balut, for those that don't know, is basically a duck fetus. Yes, I said it, a duck fetus. Raw, or you could have it cooked. Either way. Now, the century egg, for those of you that don't know, a century, cent, means 100. Century, 100 years. Let's go even deeper. A century egg is an egg that's been fermenting for 100 years before being eaten. Put it all together. So, I've seen these in one of the markets that I've been to, and it was called the New York Mart. I talked about it. I just didn't show it, but I talked about it just to kind of get a little touch on it. Now, I have access to that, and I'm telling you guys right now, that's going to be on the list. So I have access to that one, and I also have access to balut. Yeah, it's going down. So these other ones, I know tuna eyes is basically eaten as like a tradition in certain places. Now, I am aware of parasitic infections and, things like that. And that's the thing that goes through my mind. The weirder the food, the stranger the food, you have to think about these things because it happens. Sometimes it happens on purpose, don't know why. And then sometimes it's by accident because you just don't know. And so fried tarantulas, this was something that people have tried from America, okay? And they would only try like the legs. I've seen like food reviews of all of this stuff. Okay, wait. Jellied moose nose, I haven't seen that one. Gazoo marzu, I haven't seen that one. Stargazy pie, I haven't seen that one. But all the other ones, tuna eyeballs, balut, century egg, and locusts, I've seen people try them. Like, these are where I get the ideas. Not only that, but my own ideas. Not just from what people are doing, just so y'all get this correct. I'm not trying stuff because that person told me to. I'm not trying stuff because that person said, you need to go try. No, I want to go try it. I like what I do. I enjoy what I do. Give me suggestions on what I can try. But if I'm going to say no, it's going to be a hard pass no matter what you say to me. Let's just get that out the way. Secondly, these is what popped up. And as far as my curiosity goes, from what I'm curious to trying would be the fried tarantulas. And it would be the locusts. That's the first two things that stick out to me. Now, I've eaten stuff that was fermented before. Now, that being said, there's a number of dishes, dealing with fermentation. And for those of you that don't know what that is, because not everybody has heard of that, is basically foods that are sitting around in a particular area, basically rotting, pretty much. But you're not letting it go all the way bad, where it's non-edible. You're only letting it go to a certain point where it's still edible. And that tangy or weird smell that it has to it is the bacteria that gives it the flavor. Believe it or not, it's considered a flavor in most places or most countries or, states, continents, or what have you. Now, here's the thing. So, the tuna eyeballs, right? I'm a little iffy on that one because I don't even eat fish heads and I don't even eat fish eyes. So I'm a little iffy on that one. But hey, like I said, I'm one of them people where I get very curious and it never goes away. Never. So like I would be the type of person to try a tuna eyeball. I would. I just would. And like Kazu Marzu or Gazu Marzu, like I'm gonna look all these things up because I like to be prepared as much as I can. Because going into these situations, I'm telling y'all right now, I can't say this enough. When you're eating really, really strange foods, you're at a higher risk for getting a parasitic infection. I'm just letting you know. Because number one, it's raw. Most of these are raw, okay? Number two, they're in places that you particularly wouldn't find foods. Like out in open markets or you're picking it out of the ocean and just eating it straight up from there. You don't know where these things have been. So the more you do research, the better prepared you are. You go into it blindly and you contract something or you just somehow pick up something, people be the first to say, oh, I told you so. I mean, think about it. You didn't do no research. You just jumped into the shit. Or, sorry, you just jumped into the situation. Sorry. And it's like, you not all of it, again, not all of that. That has happened quite a bit with content creators such as myself that really enjoy weird foods. Not all of it's done on purpose because, again, some stuff you just never heard about. Some stuff you just don't have access to. And then by the time you do, you just don't know. So, again, I'm not saying you're an idiot for doing it, but it can be prevented in most cases if you have access to your phone or if you have access to a computer or places where you can actually do research. So again, I do understand that mistakes happen and, you just don't have time. I get it. But just try to do as much research as possible because for somebody that does this for a living and enjoys doing it, the foods I'm trying is getting weirder. Like this one guy had a batch of, it was like 4 or 5. He had duck eggs, raw duck eggs. He was just going crazy with it. I said, hey man, can I try one? He was like, nah, I'm about to finish these off. It was a buddy of mine at the time, years and years ago, I used to hang out with. Just stuff like that. And at the time, I didn't really understand it, what balut was, or what duck fetuses or anything was, until he cracked it open and he showed it to me. It looked like, from how I describe it at the time, it looked like a chocolate ball. It looked like a chocolate ball, but it was actually a duck fetus. And it was a boiled egg. They were boiled. They weren't raw, they were boiled. 2 different things. And I don't know. It's just, I've been given suggestions before, like cow tongue tacos, horse. I've been given suggestions before. But, yeah, these are definitely weird. And if it's prepared correctly, you don't got to worry about parasitic infections. But if everything I'm telling you, all you hear is, if I do this, I'm going to get a parasitic infection. If that's all you hear me say, then you might as well just click off this video. Because this is for those that are curious, those that want to expand their palate, meaning that, okay? Because I know the way I talk confuses people a lot because of how I talk. So that's why I've been working on ways where I'm not being too direct, but I'm also being direct to kind of give you some clues or kind of give you some things, and it's just a work in progress. So yeah, just expand your palate, just keep on going, do it safely and do it smart, because I have talked to some people, okay? One of them in particular has gotten himself, I'm not going to talk about it because it's personal, but he's gotten himself into really bad situations not using this. And he's still alive today. Again, for privacy reasons, I'm not saying the person's name. But he does regret his decisions. And so he's been a lot smarter ever since. And again, it wasn't his fault. It was just, he was in a place where he didn't have access to anything, like resources-wise or anything, while he was on his trip somewhere. And while he was on that trip, he just saw something and was like, oh, I don't know what this is, but I'm going to try it. So after doing that in different places, oh, I'm just going to try it without really knowing what it is or asking questions about what it is and things like that, he got himself into some bad situations. So I don't want to push that onto you or push that onto people and being like, yeah, just pick stuff up and eat it. Yeah, just pick stuff up. You know, don't do no research. Don't do anything. Just pick it up and eat it. That's how you die. Literally, that's how you die. Even in nature, you can't just pick up anything. That's how you get injured, or that's how you die. Literally. So, hey, be smart. I would put this up on Instagram, but they've been cutting down on my videos, and they won't even let me go past 5 seconds for some reason. So, I'm just going to put this on YouTube. And since it's past 10 minutes, I can't put this on TikTok. So I'm just going to put it on YouTube. I will be doing more videos of this, like explaining about, you know, weird foods from different cultures. So this isn't going to be the only one. This one's just going to be on YouTube. But as far as the other ones, I'm going to go ahead and make this for those. So, again, these are just some ideas, okay? Because I've been trying to come up with some more that I've actually been really curious to try. And fried tarantulas is one of them. Century egg and locust just popped out to me. It was like, oh, that's cool. But I also want to expand my own palate. You know, instead of trying foods from Southeast Asia and, you know, the places that I'm used to trying weird foods from. Like, I want to go beyond that and still be alive. But I want to go beyond that. Yes, I'm excited. Oh, this is going to be good. Oh, man. Man, oh, man. More weird foods with Nature Man. Alright, guys. Have a great day. And do what now? Do what? Exactly. Yep, exactly. Stay tuned.